Hey everyone, welcome to another video. And in this video, I'll be showing you guys step by step how you can use Gemini Omni to create realistic AI UGC videos. I'll be showing you guys my full process from finding a reference image to actually writing the prompt for Gemini Omni and exactly how I'm generating my videos end to end to look so good. Now, if you guys don't already know, Gemini Omni is the latest video model by Google, and it is insane at realistic AI videos. This is by far the best and cheapest AI video model on the market that is performing much better than anything. It completely beats Cdance and it completely beats King. So this is definitely what you should be using today. If you don't already know, I already have a video about how to make AI animation ads with this, so I recommend you check that out. But this one is going to be focused on AI UGC, and Gemini Omni is amazing at that. So the way I like to go about doing this is that with Gemini Omni, there's a few different ways you can use it. So you can either do a text to video, or you can do an ingredients to video, or you can do a frames to video. If you don't care about having any product references, or if you want a consistent product reference, I really recommend frame to video, because when you use ingredient to video and you reference your product, a lot of the time your video won't come out consistent. But if you do frame to video, it will just follow whatever is in your start frame and end frame. So pretty much what I like to do is I like to use TikTok to find reference photos for my starting frame. Now you might wonder what that means. Well, it's as simple as saying maybe a UGC video. You can say UGC, and you'll see a bunch of different examples of people talking about maybe UGC or other things as well. So you can just kind of find anything here that you think might look nice, and you can get a detailed JSON prompt to actually recreate this image and use as a starting frame for your Gemini Omni videos, which is going to help it so much. So I'm going to just look over here. And as you can see, there's tons of different UGC examples. Let's say I want to represent
just a really realistic piece of it.
Saving a frame like this, and then downloading, screenshotting this full frame right here. And this is kind of my process when it comes to making any sort of realistic AI images. I'm always starting from a reference photo and getting a detailed JSON prompt to create that photo. Or I'm using a Pinterest method as well and getting a detailed JSON prompt to recreate that Pinterest photo with my character. So for this one, in this example, I'm simply just uploading my reference image. And then what I'm going to tell GPT image, or I'm going to tell ChatGPT, is I'm going to tell it, give me a very detailed JSON prompt to recreate this image one-to-one. Then I was going to say, ignore all text and buttons on the screen. When you say this, it's going to literally ignore everything on the screen and it's going to give you a detailed JSON prompt. And this is how you get the most realistic JSON prompts. From here, you just make sure the model's on high and then you send this in. And then now what it's going to do is that it's going to fully analyze your image and write you out a full detailed JSON prompt to create this exact photo, but it's ignoring all text and buttons on the screen. And you may be wondering why I'm using ChatGPT for this. I just find that ChatGPT actually looks at the image and properly reasons before giving the JSON prompt, whereas some other models don't really actually look at the image. They just kind of write what they see right away. If you know what I mean. ChatGPT has thinking. It actually kind of analyzes the video and thinks a little bit more. You can see here it actually thought before it did it. A lot of other models just kind of write out, and it's never as detailed. So now once it gives you your full JSON prompt, you don't want to actually generate in the chat because it still has context of this. So what I like to do is I like to duplicate this chat, make a new chat, and then I go right here. Always make sure you actually paste it as text inside of the thing. And then from here, just press create image and then select, just press create image right there. And then the same, make sure the photo is 9:16. And then now you can just send this in and it's going to use GPT image 2 to create you this full photo. Now look at this. You can see how realistic this photo actually looks like. You can see this is the power of starting from a real reference image. So now we have this starting frame right here. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to head over back to our Google Flow project and then just simply insert this directly into Google Flow. And then now in here, we have this realistic starting frame that we're going to be using. And we have right here, just this script right here that we got from that video. And we're going to just copy this directly in here. And then you can just paste this right here. You can just say, make her say. It's as simple as that. I like to do 10 seconds depending on the length. And another thing to note is that Gemini Omni is insanely cheap. Like this model, literally for a 4-second video, it's only 14 credits. So I'm going to do a 10-second video right here and generate. And now we can see right here, our video is done generating. So let's see.
I am going to give a really realistic piece of advice if you are trying to become a UGC creator. I get a DM every day, if not multiple times a day. How do you start? I have absolutely no idea how to start. What do you do?
You guys can see how realistic this model is. I don't think there's anything else on the market that is this realistic for AI UGC for such a low price.
I am going to give a really realistic piece of advice if you are trying to become a UGC creator.
Obviously right there she started talking a bit fast, but you can adjust the speed of her voice by reducing the length of the actual video prompt. So look, if I change this here, or if I generate the next part of the video, I can just say right here, and then you just attach your frame. It will already be here, and you just add this. If you guys aren't already using Gemini Omni, I highly suggest you try it out. This is literally what we're all using right now for AI UGC, and it's been working extremely well. It's just so much more consistent than any of the other models. It just works incredibly well. The voice is really realistic. The visuals are dialed.
I am going to give a really realistic piece of advice if you are trying to become a UGC creator. I get a DM every day, if not multiple. I am going
to give for is just the long actual dialogue. If your dialogue isn't too long, the video will actually look really good. So make sure that your dialogue is a good length.
I just want to say there is not a magic formula. There's not a magic potion. There's not a step-by-step guide that you follow to be successful like right off the bat, okay? It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and people can become successful in a week. I just want to say there is not a magic formula. There's not a magic potion. There's not a step-by-step guide that you follow to be successful, like right off the bat, okay? It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and people can become successful in a week. I am going
realistic this model is, and the trick with this is having a good realistic starting frame that's going to complement the realism of the voice. And you can see, guys, as long as you're generating all your videos in the same session, the voice is going to remain consistent throughout the full thing. And I highly don't recommend using any of the character features here, because this just sounds like AI slop. You just generate it directly from this. It works incredibly well. So this is pretty much it when it comes to Gemini Omni. I mainly stick with frame to video. Even if you have a product in your video, I recommend still sticking with frame to video. I'll show you a quick example why. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a quick bag. I'm going to get a quick example bag of Gruen Superfoods gummies. I'm going to make her hold the gummy, and I'm going to show you the difference when you use ingredients to video and when you use frames to video for product placement. So I'm just going to say, make her hold the bag of Gruens and look directly at the camera. And then we're also going to attach this as a ingredients to video directly inside Google Flow, so I can show you the difference between the two and how it might look like. So you can see right here, this might not be the best photo, but just for example purposes, I'll show you. So she's holding the bag right here, and over here, she is not holding the bag. So I'll say, make her hold the bag of ads, and you can reference the thing when she is promoting or when she is saying her scripts. You can send that in, and then you can also just send a direct. I'm also going to send, just for comparison, the direct actual start frame version to show you the consistency of it. Now the video is done generating. Now let's compare the two. This is the one with the starting frame.
I just want to say there is not a magic formula. There's not a magic potion. There's not a step-by-step guide that you follow to be successful like right off the bat, okay? It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and people can become successful in a week.
That's the one with the bag. And then this is the one without.
I am going to give a really realistic piece of advice. If you are trying to become a UGC creator, I get a DM every day, if not times a day, of people asking me, how do you start? I have absolutely...
The bag is, that is definitely not an accurate Gruens bag. But when you use the starting frame, it stay more accurate. So that's just kind of my point. And I hope this video was valuable for you guys. You can see the process with Gemini Omni is incredibly simple, but it is still by far the best AI video generation model. All the tools and links used in this video will be directly linked below under this video, and I'll see you in the next one.